Wait, that was right.
Yay! Yep. Hello,
Where's Mrs.
Wetzel? How are you doing today?
Mrs. Wetzel, you're mute.
Yeah, you're muted.
And I can't say what either.
There's one person missing. Who's missing?
Grant.
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 Don't keep saying that he's like keeps getting kicked out by somebody, and nobody's doing anything.
Yeah, no one's doing anything.
No one. They're not doing it purposely. We just see him logging in, and like 5 seconds afterwards, he logs out of the conversation.
So he was on, but he's gone.
No, and then he like 3 seconds go by, and he says he left. I think he's at his mom's house. I don't know.
Oh, it could be his Wi-Fi. You're right, Alex.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's like, no, his Wi-Fi's. Oh, actually, no, his Wi-Fi is kind of. Yeah.
No, my Wi-Fi will do that too during the day. It's Verizon, and every day it goes out at one point. It'll just stop. So if that happens and I go out, you'll know it's my Wi-Fi. But so far, it's been pretty good.
We're surprised that
All right.
stay on brother
So
streaming too.
I thought it's pretty interesting what we're studying about here. What I chose for us to kind of look at, which was inheriting how you inherit your character traits. Let's see. We have basically, oh, God bless you.
Thank you.
Did you guys get to see the post that Mrs. Winters put on about St. Joseph? She put a nice post about some background information because we missed St. Joseph's Day. One of my favorite days in school. Do you remember what we used to do to celebrate St. Joseph's Day?
Yeah.
Who remembers? Does anybody remember?
Not really. No, not here.
You mean St. Patrick's Day or St. Joseph's Day?
No, I mean for St. Joseph's Day, we did something special. We would have. It was a lot of fun. They would make homemade little tiny cakes and they'd bring them around for us, almost like a donut, but a tiny cake. Alex, you've got something hanging on your computer there.
There's my avocado.
So I'm going to start our class today with a prayer to St. Joseph. This is a really nice prayer. Oh, St. Joseph, whose protection is so great, so strong, so prompt before the throne of God, I place in you all my interests and desires. Oh, St. Joseph, do assist me by your powerful intercession and obtain for me from your divine Son all spiritual blessings through Jesus Christ our Lord, so that having engaged here below your heavenly power, I may offer my thanksgiving and homage to the most loving of fathers. O St. Joseph, I never weary of contemplating you and Jesus asleep in your arms. I dare not approach while he reposes near your heart. Press him in my name and kiss his fine head for me and ask him to return the kiss when I draw my dying breath. St. Joseph, patron of departing souls, pray for me. And that's a pretty good prayer, maybe one we should continue to say during this time that we get back to school and back to our St. Joseph School quickly. Okay. So you read about characteristics and how they're inherited. What did you think? What was your reaction to the 2 pages that you read, page 158 and 159?
Well, I was very interested about how the different factors go into a child.
Yeah, and how it can skip a generation.
Yeah, that was really interesting.
Yeah, because in the past, before Mendel figured this out, people would say, "Well, you have blue eyes and your husband has blue eyes. How can you have a kid with brown eyes?" That's that doesn't make any sense. But they found that could be true as long as your ancestors had brown eyes. You could have received that gene, and the way that gene interacts with the because they come in pairs. The factors come in pairs.
Well, then what if both of your parents have blue eyes? Would that be a guarantee? Would that be a huge factor that when you have blue eyes?
It would be, but it depends on. Hold on. Oh, it stopped. Okay, it depends on how these factors pair together. If your dad has blue eyes and his mom had brown and his dad had blue, he has blue eyes. And if that's true of your mom, they could interact in a different way, that the blue gene came from your mom and the blue gene came from your dad and you ended up with the blue eyes. Chances are you will have brown eyes if both your parents have brown. Olympia. Go, Olympia.
Like kind of how a gene could isn't a gene couldn't it stay with you? So say your great grandma had blue eyes, but both your parents have brown eyes. Couldn't that kind of stick? But none of the people after that really had those blue eyes until it popped out in you.
Exactly. That's what Mendel's whole hypothesis was, Pia, and that's how he figured it out. That's good. That's exactly right. You guys need to. Oh, here comes Grant. Are you with us, Grant? Everybody, turn your mic off. What happened, Grant? Everybody, turn your mic off.
I don't know why, but for some reason it kept kicking me off after the first 5 or 10 minutes.
Is it your Wi-Fi? Do you think?
No,
is your Wi-Fi going in and out? Okay. Okay. Well, glad you're with us.
my Wi-Fi tried.
But you missed 2 whole classes.
Well, my fault. My Chromebook was terrible. My Chromebook was glitching on me. So, Alex,
put your mic off, please, Alex. Thank you. That's okay. You can go back in, and you can go to that teacher's YouTube page, and it should be recorded, and so that you can watch it later on. Okay. All right. So today, basically, all we have to do is kind of do some notes, and I think, can I type here? Will this be good enough for you to see the notes? Your first note is inherited.
You can present.
What?
Mrs. Butler, you can present.
Okay. Where do I do
You can
that?
present, and then we can read the notes off the computer. It's on, in the bottom right corner where the 3 dots. Move once to the left, and it says present now.
It doesn't say present now. Report a problem, change layout, full screen, turn on captions. Does it turn on captions? Hello? Oh, there it is. Present now. Okay, got it.
Just left.
Yep, he just left.
Grant left.
He went out again. Okay, so share your entire screen. All right, we'll try this. Learn something new today.
Mrs. Watson,
No,
are we
this
going to
is-
go over that cause and effect question? Are we going to go over the
Yes.
cause and effect question? Okay.
Yep, we are. Okay, this presenting isn't working. You have any other ideas?
Yeah, presenting works. You go to present now, and then you click your entire screen, and it works just fine.
No, just if you
Is it not
can't do
working for
that,
you?
use the chat.
You're in time. Well, what I'm seeing is a bunch. What do you see now?
We see you.
Yeah, we see you.
I see everything normal. Oh, wait. Oh, I almost clicked leave call.
You can use the chat maybe if you want to write notes in there.
Yeah, just write the notes in there. We'll just copy them down.
Okay.
Princess!
Uh,
Don't leave.
okay, well,
Kick
I'll
me out
work on
then.
that. We'll go
Yeah,
to
Mr.
chat for
Joker's
right
trying
now.
to. Mr. Joker's trying to figure out the solutions. On captions, it said Mr. Joker.
Okay, so your first thing that you needed for notes was inherited traits.
I got a bunch of good notes on. I don't think I need more.
Lily, can you tell me what the definition of inherited traits are?
Okay, inherited traits.
No, I said
aren't
Lily. Lily.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear.
Lily.
Yes.
Lily, can you tell me the definition of inherited traits?
Inherited traits. They're like traits that
Turn
you
your
get
mic
from,
on.
What? My mic is on.
Okay. Read what you wrote for a definition of inherited traits.
Inherited traits are things that you get from your ancestors, like passed on.
Okay. So I wouldn't say things, but characteristics passed on from parents and ancestors, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay. Are you seeing this okay
Yes.
in the chat? All right.
Okay, so what I said was a characteristic pass from parents to their offspring.
Okay, well, we'll add that to their offspring. Got it. Okay, that's your definition. Some examples. What are some of the examples that you could say was passed from your parents or your ancestors?
I have brown skin.
Skin tone. Let's not say brown, but
I have 10.
okay. Let's all take turns. Somebody's messing with their mic there. Let's go ahead, Grace. Give us one of yours. We'll just add. Give us one and whatever. Eye color's a good one because we talked about that. Jack, you have one?
Eye color?
Friedenberg, are you there? We did eye color. Can't you see?
Oh.
You can't see my chat?
No, you didn't finish it. You have to type in the entire thing, then and then click enter, and then or the paper airplane, and then we.
Yeah, you got to help me figure out how to do this better. Okay, so
Skin tone,
example:
eye
skin tone, eye color. What else?
Behavior.
Your
Maybe?
behavior. Yeah, they did talk about. Okay,
Astigmatism.
Tia, anything else?
Astigmatism.
Hair texture.
Hair texture.
Astigmatism.
That's true. My daughter got really thick, luscious hair like my husband's, and not thin like mine. She got hair like my husband's hair.
How about earlobe shape?
That's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I thought about when I heard that? Earlobe. Oh, that's one word. Earlobe shape. Just a minute.
Astigmatism.
I thought about. Did you ever have them look at your mom or dad's toes and you say, "Oh my gosh, your toes look just like mine"? Or
Oh my gosh. I heard this thing of this thumb. Like if you do a thumbs up, like
yeah.
It will go by
Yeah, that
appearance.
It goes back. Yeah, like kind of it's like more like this sort of. I don't know.
Grace
Like this?
is like
Gracie, do a thumbs up.
it's so weird. That and she gets it from
Okay.
like her mom or dad.
All right, everybody do thumbs up. You mean your thumb goes backwards like that? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Gracie goes backwards. Like
Watch Gracie when she does a thumbs up.
Okay, Gracie, let's see your thumbs up.
I can't see Gracie. Where is she?
Grace, speak.
I'm
I
right
don't know.
here.
We lost her. Oh my goodness, she's right about that. But did you ever look at your thumbs or your hands or your toes and say they look like your mom or dad's?
Yeah,
Hmm.
especially I inherited my dimples from my dad.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Another thing you mentioned we didn't talk about was if you're left or right-handed.
I'm pretty sure all of us are right-handed.
Yeah.
The majority is right-handed.
Yeah.
Majority. Are any of us left-handed here?
No.
I think every one of us is right-handed.
Oh, that's unusual. Okay. All right. So the next part that we really read about, I mean, that's basically what you need in your notes for that. The next part was, wait, go ahead, Irfan. What do you want to say?
One of my examples was astigmatism.
Oh, why? Do you find that in your family? Do you have astigmatism?
Yeah, all of my siblings have glasses.
Yeah, that's true. That does run in family. Okay, the next part of what we read was about Gregory Mendel. What do you want to put in your notes about him? Anybody?
Can we?
Go ahead, Jack.
He did experiments with plants to see what they're. He did experiments with plants to see if they were tall or short.
Okay.
And Mrs. Watson,
Let's
what I
first.
put is that traits can also skip over generations. And then I said, example, Gregor Mendel did an experiment with pea plants to figure out why some are tall and some are short. Ones are tall.
It wasn't people, it was plants he did the experiment on.
Yeah, I said plants. In the first
right.
generation,
Can
all
you-
of them were tall, but in the second generation, 3/4 were tall and 1/4 were short. Or this shows that traits can skip generations.
Yay, gotcha.
Olympia. That was plants.
Mhm.
Alex, put your mic on. Put your mic off.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're
I said
you're
plants.
moving around making a lot of noise. It was plants, not people, Pia.
I said pea
Do
plants.
you see
and
that
that's
on the
probably
page?
why it sounded. I said
Oh,
pea plants,
yeah.
so it probably sounded like people.
It did. It came on my. It's the words are coming up and said people, not pea plants. There. That's
Oh, and Miss
interesting.
Wetzel.
Okay, I want to start with this.
I put
Yes, Grace.
for the. I said that the one parent puts in the factor and it changes sometimes and it skips generation.
Okay, let's start with who he is. He was a 19th century
Austrian.
Austrian monk. He lived in Austria. In his question he had in his mind, he wondered how. Whoops, that's not coming up there.
What I said was that Gregor Mendel's early experiments with pea plants taught scientists how traits are passed from parents to their offsprings. Mendel was a 19th
I
century
don't know what you're
Austrian
doing.
monk.
I missed everything. Literally.
Okay, so
Wow.
great. Now we're just taking notes.
Did you miss everything?
I know.
Right now, guys, we're just taking notes.
All we wrote is in the chat.
Can he look at the chat now and see it all?
Yeah, you can look at the chat.
Okay.
He already left. Alex, what's pigmatism?
Stigmatism, you mean?
No, he just wrote pigmatism.
Who did?
Alex.
Okay. So here's what you have about Gregory Mendel. 19th century Australian monk. He wondered how our traits inherited or passed from parent to offspring. The first thing he did first, he looked at tall and short pea plants.
What was his name again?
I made a diagram. Can you see my diagram? I like my diagram. You see
No.
that?
No.
Oh,
Wait, do I have to go back? Here, can you see it now?
That's
No, we
really
just need a
blurry.
Is it's not clear enough for you to see?
no,
Tall,
that's the right part.
short. The first thing he did was look at tall and short. Then
I see
went-
the notes
first
say he was a
generation,
19.
he took one tall, one short pea plant. And the first generation, they were all tall. So I just drew a line, said tall, 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 tall. But the second generation.
The examples. You're not showing us the chart. You're showing us the example.
Of the pea plant, yeah. That's the part I want you to get.
No, but
And
we
then
see
in the second
hair
generation,
color, eye color, teeth color.
We just
oh,
need
do I need to
Gregory
go down farther?
Yeah. No.
Where's the
Yeah.
Okay, now.
There we go.
Is that it? There it is. Can you see it now?
Yes. Yeah.
I can't see what I'm showing you. Okay, I see it. And then in the second generation, it was 3/4 were all tall, 1/4 was short. So that one gene skipped a generation, and then it created a short plant. So that's how he discovered that they were skipping generations. Okay.
Okay, so as an example, most of my family is average height. And then for my sister
Yes.
and I, both short.
Oh. So your older brother, he's taller now?
He's taller now. He's like average
Yeah.
height for a teenager.
Okay. The last thing I want to get is the reasoning, the hypothesis. So he made a hypothesis. And his hypothesis was a characteristic is controlled by a pair of factors. Each parent passes one of its pairs the way factors combine
Miss Wetzel,
yes.
will we have any homework that will be due tomorrow?
Tomorrow, let's get this last line in and
Yeah.
I'll address that.
Yeah, we have to go. Soon.
which. Okay. I'll get this last. We'll finish up tomorrow. Which trait appears? And I'll give you the last bit of notes tomorrow. For tomorrow, you are to read pages. Where is it? Okay, for tomorrow, you're to read pages 162 and 163. And you can do, there's 2 vocabulary words on that page. Oh, we didn't get to our question. The question was, why are some pea plants short while others are tall?
The gene skipped a generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
The characteristics of the tall or short is controlled by a pair of factors, which controls what trait appears. So there's more than one factor going into what trait appears. And then also what Irfan said, it skips a generation. So the answer to the question is the characteristic of a tall or short is controlled by a pair of factors, not just one factor. And that controls what trait appears.
Oh, on this
Okay, so your homework is to read the next 2 pages and be prepared to take notes on those.
So 160 and 161?
160 and 161.
Okay. And we just have to take notes, write vocab definitions, and cause and effect?
And the cause and effect question, yes.
Okay. So
Same
everything that we did-
routine as yesterday.
Okay.
Okay, I'll let you sign out because I know you have to go. Where are you going next?
ILA.
Oh, nowhere.
No, we have class.
Oh, you're done?
Oh no, we have
No
ILA.
class?
Oh yeah, I like.
ILA.
Okay, well, good to see you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
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 Ooh, get the note. Oh my gosh. Oh.